of exalting gods and goddesses, man. How much the fear of the Lord is consists of that idea is just, oh, I forgot to tell. Well, I want to talk about, of course, it's October 20th. And October 20th is, the 20 is very important. I researched, as one of the significant, more likely, it's a significant number that is significant for this time, and more likely the blood moon, and following along this path of numbers is significant because this is talking about the completion of everything. The completion, it means the completion of everything that consists of the divine plan of God. You know what I'm saying? It's completing everything. It's putting everything in flourishing. You know what I'm saying? The completion of the time period of what God is going to accomplish. That's very important. And it talks about a lot of other stuff that, concerning, the rest, concerning sleeping and rest, which is very important to understand it in a spiritual idea. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you, I did so many videos about gods and goddesses. It's just, it's aggravating that people do not understand. These are the bad guys. These are the significant main parts of the enemy concerning Ephesians 6 and 12. These are the principalities, powers, rulers of darkness in this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. These are the spiritual wickedness in high places that is helping facilitate the plan of Satan, more likely keeping Satan winning. You know what I'm saying? These people are helping to facilitate, to keep Satan winning. And oh man, it's just so sad how people don't understand the significance of this. The topic of the message is about the reality of the gods and the goddesses' glory. Stealing glory. See, here's the thing that I learned, and God revealed to me about this system. Now, first of all, y'all, it's like fearing the God. If you study the fear of the Lord, please study it and study, all through the scriptures. It says, because they fear the gods, you know what I'm saying? Because they fear the gods of the nations, bad stuff happened. And fearing is about the idea of reverencing. And like I tell people about, the days of the week are named after gods and goddesses. What key significant role does that have? It has a great key significant role in Satan's facilitating his plan to deceive the masses. Like I tell everybody, God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day He rest. Days are very important. Days are very significant concerning the establishment of the earth, because it was created in days. That I tell people, now when you declare, like, King David says, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, the Lord created the day. But when you are declaring that, these evil spirits, as pretty much you want to call them, these gods and goddesses, over the day, you have put them in the high place. That's why it says spiritual wickedness in high places. The high places are the days. You know what I'm saying? And they're the days, and they're the planets, the things that consist of the idea, the function of time of creation. These are the most important, significant parts of the high places that Satan knows he needs to conquer if he wants to keep deception and darkness on the earth. You know what I'm saying? That he keeps, that tricking people to acknowledge these gods and goddesses that they're not going to tell you. Of course, the kingdom of darkness is not going to tell you that this is wrong. They're just like, keep on doing it, and we're not going to tell you that this is, doing more damage than anything else. Just keep doing it, And the thing is, it's just sad that, our research, thoroughly researched this, the gods and goddesses and how much significance, but if you follow the word of God concerning the Old Testament, you will know how much significance the gods and goddesses play a role in Satan getting a foot door in trying to mess up the divine plan of God concerning humanity. It's been a tell of the tape. If you study it, the Old Testament, you will see, because of the gods, because they worship the gods, of the nations, because they worship these gods, this bad outcome happened. You know what I'm saying? It starts. I mean, even with King Solomon. King Solomon went, turned crazy, and he was worshiping Moloch, and he was worshiping all these other, false gods and goddesses that preceded the division of Israel. I mean, this is very important and significant of the world, of Satan getting a hold of, or Satan getting the power position of the world system to keep more people operating in darkness. This is how much significance this has, that I'm trying to help people understand that, but they're not going to say nothing. They're just going to see. Here's the thing I keep telling people about the power of darkness. The power of darkness is about making things unknown, keeping things unknown, and as much as it's unknown, it becomes more powerful because it's unknown. It's like an ideal of a shadow. A shadow can only get as much dark a shadow. See, now look, my eyes are known. You can see my eyes. But the more I cover it up, look, you see that? The more I cover up, the more darkness can get more territory. See, look, you can hardly see my eyes now. You know what I'm saying? Because the darkness is getting more territory in the viewpoint as much as getting covered up. That's why Satan needs lies to cover up things. Because the more lies, it's more stack of lies, the more covered up, the more territory he gets. And he's not going to say nothing. It's just going to keep on doing what is going on, and to get you not to question to what's significance and what's happening around you. That's what's going on. That's what darkness is doing. When you acknowledge Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're covering up you're covering up and acknowledging these gods, and these gods get more territory in this time period to get darkness, to get more. It's like, you acknowledging dark things. You're acknowledging, and look, you can't hardly see my face in this darkness. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledging, and it keeps getting darker. That's the whole idea of Satan's kingdom, and he needs these gods and goddesses to do that. Now, I'm finna talk. I did videos on this about your government, your political arena. The thing is, what's going on, what you don't understand about the White House, you ever ask questions about, those statues of all kind of, woman statues and men statues and statues on a roof, on those roof corners and stuff like that? You ever wondered why they have these statues up there? No, you didn't care. You just probably toured around Washington and whatever. But have you also noticed that the buildings that were created in the White House were ideal buildings from Greece and Rome of people that worship gods and goddesses? It's just right. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be no brainer to know that your White House and all the other states, governments, and local governments with all that stuff on top of it, they worship the gods and goddesses. That's why it talks about the gods and goddesses of the nations in the Bible. It talks about the gods of the nations. That's who they really worship. But they're telling you to vote for man to make this country more better, and how bad this country has going to get to realize you shouldn't participate in this terrible activity is ridiculous. The thing is, they're controlling these puppets. They're, politicians are puppets of a system of the God of this world, Satan. God, lowercase God, you know what I'm saying, that Satan is. The thing is, and we are giving these people power to empower. Now, they use these holidays to get more power. Like special, God told me about Christmas. Oh my goodness. How much power that they get from these holidays. Of course, Halloween, it should be no brainer about reverencing fear and getting fear that, associates with darkness. Yeah. And getting you to be scared of dark, evil spirits, if you're operating the light of Christ, darkness flees from the light, in a story. But that's not the case with people. But they get people to do these holidays to get people to reverence darkness. You know what I'm saying? But there's altars of sacrifice within these holidays that, are dangerous. Especially Christmas is a dangerous altar of sacrifice that people not really realize they're making to give darkness more an advantage, to bring more deception to people, more destruction to people, more still kill and destroy can continue on in the high places. The high places. You know what I'm saying? That is very important to understand. It's all about getting Satan knows in a kingdom system is to get in the power of the high places. He can keep on deceiving more men and more men and more men. Now watch this. What you don't understand, and plus, of course, the wicked system of the world. On television and radio, they, showing all this evil, activity and money, sex, and drugs and material things, and plus that, you know what I'm saying? This I didn't even include that, but that's what's to facilitate the kingdom of darkness, that the gods of goddesses, these evil spirits that died on the flood, that Enoch said they were once giants and known in renown, that is in Genesis 6, that died, and Enoch said they became evil spirits. These are the evil spirits that are trying to come back in this form, of gods and goddesses to bring destruction to humanity, to fulfill the purpose of Satan and what he's all about doing. And the thing is, in acknowledging these, entities is wrong, because when you acknowledge something, you give power to it. People know that. A lot of Christians know that. That's why we acknowledge God and stuff like that. We give more power in his belief system. But when you acknowledge these guys, you give more power to them, and they can, now you see about all these crimes and all these bad things happening in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these bad, you think, oh, the person. No, it's these gods and goddesses continually to deceive all these people. It's crazy. And it's nuts how these people, these visible killers that are, telling people and to do dark things, and people come in agreement to do these evil things. That I'm trying to acknowledge in you, but fearing the Lord will help you see these things. But if you don't fear God, they're going to keep on terrorizing and acting a fool on you. All right, that's what time I got. God be, that's the message. God be the glory here forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.